What's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Logitech Z200 speakers. In today's video, we're going to be going over the full review of these speakers, such as the design, the sound quality, and much more. Without further ado, let's get right into this one. So these are the Logitech Z200 desktop speakers. These retail for $30 USD or $40 Canadian. I picked these up at my local Best Buy. You can get these at your local Best Buy or Amazon or any other tech retailer. As you can see here, they come in this black and white color. It's actually made out of a plastic, but it is a really nice high-end plastic, and it's got a matte finish to it, and it's really nice to the touch, and it looks pretty good on my desk. It also comes in a white trim around the speakers. I like that. I think it gives a nice accent. And if it's all black, I mean, there's another model that has all black if you're into that, but I like the white. It gives a nice accent and just makes it pop. Going over the design, there's not many logos or anything. There's a Logi at the bottom, but that's not really that big. And it's not in a pretty vibrant white. It's vibrant white. It's like in a sort of muted gray. So if you have a dark environment, you can't really see that. Going over to the side, on the left speaker, on the side, there's a tone dial, so that adjusts the tone of the bass. So that's nice that that's there. That's really useful. I'm glad that they have that. That's one of their highlights of the product, is that you can adjust the bass. I find this feature useful. I'm glad that they put it there. There's no harm in having that. So if you're listening to music and you want to adjust the bass, you like it more bass heavy, less bass heavy, that's there for you, and that's awesome. Also on the left speaker, that's sort of the control speaker, there is the volume control dial. You can also adjust the volume from your computer, or if you have some sort of audio hub thing, you can adjust it from there. But that's a pretty easy, convenient way to adjust it and also to turn off the speakers. It's pretty easy. You just clockwise turns it up, and counterclockwise will turn it off or turn it down. There's a little LED light indicator to indicate if the speaker is turned on or off. When the LED light is on, it is on, and when the LED light turns off, the speaker is off. Aside from that, there's not that many controls. After all, it is a $30 pair of speakers, so you don't expect too many crazy controls, but it's pretty nice to have those two things there. As for setting it up, pretty simple. The unboxing experience was nice. Pretty simple for $30 speakers. You just want to plug it in to your monitor. There's a little aux in, so you just plug that in. Pretty stable. Most monitors should have that, so you won't be looking at any sort of compatibility issues if you have a pretty recent monitor. Sound quality. So sound quality was pretty good on these. I've listened to these for YouTube videos, music, podcasts, all of that. Sound pretty good. At the end of the day, like I say, $30, so you're not expecting anything crazy, but they do sound pretty good. And as for volume, it gets pretty loud. There's a little bit of distortion at the very high levels, but you're probably not going to be using it at those very high levels anyways. And the mid-high levels still sounds pretty good. Not a ton of distortion, but when you get to the very top levels of sound, there's some noticeable distortion there. But overall, sound quality is pretty good. Mid, high, lows, all pretty good. I would say it's probably a mid-heavy if I had to categorize it, but overall, it's pretty good, and I think it's probably adequate for most people. If you really don't like this, I know Best Buy and Amazon do returns, so if you're really not pleased with the sound quality, you can always return it, but I think it'll definitely be adequate, more than adequate for most people. And I've not had any issues with this product. Actually, at the start, that's not true. At the start, there was a really odd static hissing noise coming from them, and I hated that. Whenever you're watching videos or listening to music, you just constantly hear that, and as you turn up the volume, the hissing gets louder. And I searched it up on Reddit and a bunch of other, on the internet. I couldn't find anybody having the same issue. There were similar issues, but if you guys want a simple way to fix that, if it's happening with any Logitech desktop speakers, all I did was just unplug it, just cleaned off anything that there may have been some dust or some debris or anything on the aux cable. So you just dust it off, make sure everything's plugged in. It may only be half plugged in, so that may be what was causing the problem. For me, I just unplugged it, made sure everything was good, wiped it off, and plugged it in firmly. Obviously, you don't want to plug it in too hard because you might risk breaking something. Like I always say, don't force it. If it's not budging, then pull it out. There's no need to force it in there. But yeah, if that's happening, that will hopefully fix the problem for you guys. But no really noticeable issues besides that. But overall, I think these are pretty good desktop speakers. I know this is a quicker review, but there's not a lot that needs to be said for these. They're pretty good. Design quality is good. Sound quality is pretty good. Overall, I'd say a really, really, really good bang for your buck for $30. They look good too. The dimensions, quickly I'll go over these. I did not go over the dimensions. They measure 9.5 inches tall, 3.5 inches deep, and 4.8 inches wide. So yeah, those are the dimensions. And if you're interested in picking these up, I will leave a link in the description below to Best Buy and Amazon. And if you want to buy them, I'm sure they'll be available anywhere else, like Staples, anything like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much. See you guys in the next one. Peace.